that. For me personally, it's been quite a journey. I first stepped foot in a Faith Bible Chapel about 18 years ago. It scared me. It was a different church experience than I'd ever been a part of. But this is where 95% of my spiritual growth, the common link, has been Faith Bible Chapel. And if you weren't here when I was up a couple weeks ago, I should say, with Pastor George, I've had this journey in corporate world, spent a number of years at Promise Keepers, and then 5 years on staff until this last year, 2011, which is now officially 11 hours ago. It was last year. Spent most of the year touring the nation, working with senior pastors, strategy, helping churches break through some of that stagnation that a lot of churches are experiencing. And Pastor George and I had a chance meeting in October that neither of us had intended to have, but we did, and it got both of us dreaming about what the future of Faith Bible could actually look like, and what it should look like if it was to continue for the next 40 years, if it was to outlive all of us, which is the heart of what I think all of us have for this church. And along the way, I ended up coming back on staff as executive pastor. So I'm excited about some of those changes we're making and have some things to share with you about that. And I know Pastor George has some more to share with you next week, and you're going to hear about that. But what I want to say to you is the rain is coming. I just spoke of it, but the rain is coming. There's this small cloud off in the horizon, as Elijah saw, and the rain of revival is coming, and we're excited to prepare our hearts to usher it in. And today we're going to talk about some tough things, and I think it's part of that tilling the soil to get our hearts ready for what God wants to do. And here's the reality. We're not going to copy the success of other churches, because there's some great churches in town doing some amazing things. I've visited many of them over the last year, and I'm excited about what God's doing in the city as a result of those churches doing great things. But we're not going to copycat what they're doing. We're going to celebrate the uniqueness that God's given us as a church. And when we reconcile with who we are as a church and celebrate what God's put us here to do, I think we're going to do great things together. So I'm excited about that.